right, no kidding. Hey, you ought to check this one out, man. I think this one will probably help you too.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Dude, I need all the help I can get. Oh, what's this one about? Let's see.
How's it going, everybody? Hey, I just wanted to let you know real quick, you stick around to the end of the video, okay? Because I'm going to show you on my solar board instead of outside how this tool works. I just didn't want to be cold, okay? But I'll show you at the end of the video. So I hope you can take something from the video information-wise, something that might help you because it helped me. And I wanted to thank everybody for watching, alright? So, I hope you enjoy. Well, how's everybody doing? This is the front seat of my bus, obviously, the driver's seat. But I wanted to talk about something, and this might help some of you out. I don't know, it's up to you. Every bus is different, but I figured I'd clue you in on something that helped me with mine. Alright, so you notice you have an instrument cluster. I'm not going to take it apart, but if you have to, you know, some people do, they want to change some stuff. But anyway, there's some cool stuff in there, alright? And you'll be able to trace it when we go outside. I'll show you another part of my bus, but in the meantime, you look over here, like most buses have. Like I said, mine's a 93, so it's kind of old, but you see this switchboard right here? They got a lot of abbreviations and stuff that light up, okay? And this controls a lot of stuff, and a lot of people like to dive in here and start deleting things. And I've seen a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't know what happened with my wiring, and something's going wrong. And I honestly think that if you buy a bus, one of the first things you need to do before you even start doing your build is you need to go to Harbor Freight, okay? And you need to go buy, grab it off my desk here for a second. You need to go buy one of these, okay? Because like I said, this works both ways, to test for a ground and to test for a positive. You either take the clip and you put it on the negative and touch to the positive with the tip of the wand, or you put this on the positive and you touch the negative to the tip of the wand, okay? Just so you guys can see what this thing looks like, all right? There. Try to get the sun glare out of your guys' view. This thing right here, there's a little itty bitty light in there, and this will help you look for power. The second thing you're gonna need is a notebook, all right? And I'm gonna show you why, all right? We're gonna walk outside. I'm not gonna sit here and turn my vehicle on to show you this, how it does power and everything. I'll do that in maybe another video, all right? But in the meantime, we're gonna go take a look at what most people consider the nightmare. And I mean nightmare, all right? Because when you're dealing with a school bus, honestly, the last thing you want to have problems with is this panel right here, okay? Now, for the sake of the sun, I have to wait till I'm in the shadows to flip you around. Now, this panel is open from the inside, from a latch, and then you have to access it from the outside, so I'm going to spin you around. You can see what panel I'm talking about. It's right by my stop sign. Yeah, I still have my stop sign. Everybody's got their different rules, okay? Anyway, there we go. Boom, the nightmare, okay? This is what everybody's like, oh, what happened? What happened? I deleted this and what happened? Do you see all the relays and fuses and circuit breakers that are in there? I mean, so every single one of these is a circuit breaker, just to let you know. These are all circuit breakers right here, okay? These are master wiring harnesses, more circuit breakers over here, then you have diodes, and then you have more fuses, and then you have capacitors and all kinds of other buttons, and then you have this panel right here. Well, that panel, believe it or not, is a lot of your electrical switch control modules that come down and relay in and then branch out and stuff like that. And they all have numbers, okay? If you pay attention to this, it's really hard to see my numbers, but you can see a few of my numbers on there. And if you're lucky enough and your bus is a newer one, you can see some of my numbers in here. You can go through with that tool while your bus is running, and you can connect to a ground flip a switch and come out here, connect that clip to the ground, come out here with the needle of that tool and push it up against all the different terminals and check what number lights that tool up, and whatever number lights that tool up, you light up what function it does on the inside of your bus and what number it was, and there you go, you have your wiring. Okay, I personally had to do that with mine, so I just wanted to show you. Oh, let's make sure that's closed. Oof. I just wanted to show you one of the quick nightmares I had to deal with when it came to my bus, and I figured it might be helpful for other people to have a good way to go through and assess your wiring when you're trying to delete stuff in your bus and everything like that, because the last thing in the world that you want to deal with is having an issue where all of a sudden your wiring just does not work. Okay? Another thing that you have to keep in mind, I had, as you can see, my electrical panel was off of my driver's side. So one of the main things that I have to take into consideration is this upper paneling right here. Turns out, master harnesses usually come up just behind the driver's seat in that pillar system right there. So when you're doing your builds, try not to delete your wiring until you know what everything is. And if you're not going to delete anything, go ahead and close this curtain for you guys. If you're not going to delete anything and you're going to do what I do, don't put any screws in that upper panel, okay? Because your master harness goes to the back. And then also, for everybody that deletes their rear interlocking switch system, my recommendation is just don't delete anything. Figure out what you have. And then if you can find the answers on how to remove it or bypass it, fine. But don't just rip stuff apart, okay? Get the tool, like I said, it's right here. I'll show it to you guys again, okay? Get the tool from Harbor Freight, like I said, right there, okay? There's the tool. Clip, ground, boom, just like that, okay? Wherever your ground is, positive, 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 light, ooh, interior lights, number whatever. Write it down, okay? I hope this helped you out, and I hope it helped you figure out a good way to understand your wiring in your bus when you first get one, all right? So you guys take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching to everyone out there, and do me a favor, if you like this video, leave a like on it, drop your comments down below, because you might have a lot of questions on stuff like this, and honestly, I did my schoolie the hard way, so if you want to avoid the hard way, ask the questions, all right? I'll see you guys later. Smash that subscribe button and kick that notification bell so that you get all my videos, all right? You guys take care, and I'll see you on my next one. I know I had you going within another video, right? But technically, this kind of is another video. I just kind of clip. So anyway, back to this particular tool. I got this at Harbor Freight. You can get them at automotive stores and stuff like that. And I wanted to do it on my solar board so I'm not outside cold with my key on and you guys hearing the buzzing noise or the engine running. So basically this tool is very simple. You're going to take this clip right here and you're going to attach it to whatever negative or what you would consider a ground, body ground, anything like that. On this one I'm going to go ahead and use my negative terminal right here directly fed to my inverter. I'm going to clip to my negative terminal. Now everything that I touch with the tip of this has to be assumed that it should have power through it, okay? And if it does, this will light up, all right? Now it's not going to do anything if I go ahead and touch it to ground because there's no power. So it's just going to stay dark. I touch it to ground, nothing happens. But if I come over here to my primary shutoff switch and I touch one of the positive leads, it'll light up, okay? And that tells me I have power going through there. You can use this tool in reverse. You take the clip and you clip it to the positive side. Right here, I'm going to do the same thing. This happens to be the shutoff side of my main switch that goes down to my fuse that goes into my inverter. I'm going to go ahead and connect to the screw right here on one of my chair lugs. So now everything that I touch with this has to be assumed a ground or a negative terminal. So I'm going to come over to the negative terminal of the inverter, and I am going to touch the wand, and it's going to light up, letting me know that I have an accurate ground. Okay, I was laying on top of it. So when you go through, and I'm still hooked to the positive side, when you go through and you test stuff, like these are those little stake-on, slip-on terminals that go into these fuses. I'm on the positive side here. I'm going to touch the negative side input from the solar panels after the fuse, before it hits the charger controller. And the negative side only. And it's going to light up. You see? Now I'm going to go to my other solar panel, and I'm going to do the same thing, and it's going to light up, and then it's going to be brighter because that's a more powerful solar panel. So I just wanted to do that. I also removed the cover of my fuses just so that I can show you. I'm up here, my negative terminal comes up to the top of my fuse block up here, so I'm going to touch that since I'm still on the positive. It'll light up here. And then same thing, you know, you go backwards. If you blew a fuse and you don't want to pull the fuses off of anything, this is a good tool to have. These little fuses that go in here, I don't have any right off the top of right out of my hand, but these little 15 amp, you know, kind of, you know, pin fuses and stuff, you can take them. I'm going to go to the negative terminal with this tool right off of my inverter, just like I did for the inverter test. I'm right on the negative terminal right there. And what you can do is you can go through and you can test each screw individually. I have power there, power there, power there. Well, what happens if you can't get to the screws and you only have the fuse? Well, honestly, if you look at these fuses, there's little itty bitty pin metal on the back, because you can take this tool and you can touch right onto the inside of the fuse. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find one real quick. There's a whole bunch of them right here. Like I said, Harbor Freight, okay? Harbor Freight. This stuff, not so much Harbor Freight. But I'll pull one of these, and here we go. Let's see, you might be able to see it really good on a green one or a red one. Ooh, a red one for sure, maybe. Alright, so I'm going to show you this real quick because this is important, alright? And then I'm going to wrap this video up because it's getting a little longer than I was expecting. But it probably is going to be very informational for you. It'll help you a lot. So, with this particular tool, when it comes to things like that, this is what the back of the fuse looks like. Your standard fuse, like these, just so happen to grab Christmas colors. These fuses right here, okay, you see how that metal goes all the way up to the top? There's the top of the fuse, and you can take this tool and you can touch that metal right there, and it'll let you know if the fuse is good before you even have to pull it, okay? Watch. Like I said, I'm still hooked to the negative terminal, so I'm going to go to each fuse, and don't just do one side, do both, okay? I'm going to go to this 15 right here. Come on, there we go. You see? I got some light, and then I'm going to go to the other side. I got some light, go to this fuse here. I got light, go to this fuse. Yep, other side's good, 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 okay? And all I'm doing is taking this tool with the cord side hooked to the negative terminal and taking this on the fuse from one side right there and the other side right there to make sure it lights up on both sides so that I know that fuse is good before I even waste my time pulling it, alright? Sometimes things are hard to get to. You don't have the leverage. A lot of people are iffy about pulling fuses and don't know how to check. This is a great tool to check, all right? So I hope that helped you out. And like I said in the video, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell. That way you get these videos, all right? You guys take care, and I'll see you on my next one. I really hope this helped you out.
I don't suppose you can help me, could you? I'm totally lost.
How did I know you were gonna ask me that? I'll tell you what. Let me make some more coffee and then I'll give you a hand. I knew that was coming.